And we'll head over to 680 News and senior business editor Mike Eppel for the latest on business news. Mike.
Yeah, good morning, Tammy. We're starting the trading session this morning with some oil optimism. And this has been a very interesting year for energy traders, considering at the start of the year you had oil, in February at $26 a barrel at the low. And then the Canadian energy market was slammed from the Fort McMurray wildfires in May. And now at the end of the year, you've got the price for crude at $54.22, up by 32 cents. That is a 17-month high. And all of the talk has been about those OPEC production cuts agreed to on November 30th, and non-OPEC nations also maybe curtailing output in early 2017. But traders will tell you that some of the producers that were taken offline when the price for oil cratered as much as it did, well, they're looking at maybe restarting some production because it's, well, economically feasible to do so between $50 and $60 per barrel. So I don't think that we're going to see too much more of an uptrend in oil in the early stages of 2017. It'll come sort of back to balance. Of course, the price of the gas pumps will be going up January 1st when we face those new carbon taxes here in Ontario. But as it stands right now, we've got the price for gas this morning at around $1.11 here in the GTA. There you see the Canadian dollar too, not really responding all that much to the rising price for oil because our economy continues to struggle, as evidenced in that update on the economy, the GDP report in last Friday. Now, the trading volumes on the financial markets are very light. A lot of people are away on vacation both last week and this week, and heck, even next week, because the kids are still off school. So the trading activity on these markets has been pretty low, about half of what we typically see for an average day on Bay or Wall Streets. The Dow starts today 55 points away from 20,000. It is showing a little bit of upward momentum in the pre-market trading activity, at least this morning. Yesterday we had the NASDAQ at a record, and the Toronto stock market back from a 4-day break. Maybe a little bit of pent-up buying activity because of what we've been seeing in the energy stocks, and the price for oil up as much as it was yesterday. We could see a nice pop for those energy-related stocks at the TSX at the opening of trade this morning. BlackBerry's had an interesting year in as much as they have done that shift away from smartphones to software. That's the focus of the company. And then they announced a few months back that they're going to have all future BlackBerry devices built by a third party. In this case, it's TCL Communications, which is going to show off a new BlackBerry, reportedly, at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas next month. So that's kind of interesting how BlackBerry, they say their focus is on software, but from a Canadian historical standpoint, if you want to call it that, still that smartphone technology is still maybe front and center for BlackBerry. They are going to be having this Chinese company build all of their devices going forward, and maybe that helps stabilize their earnings if you have a third party doing the heavy lifting as opposed to doing it here in Canada. And retail stocks will be in the spotlight today on both Bay and Wall Streets, because the talk is that the Christmas sales results should be pretty good, specifically in the United States. Some numbers in yesterday indicate that retail spending was up close to 5%. There was sort of a slow start, and then it really picked up steam toward the Christmas break, and that should bode well for a lot of the mainline retailers, which have seen their stock prices respond accordingly. And anything to do with wearable devices apparently has also been a big seller. Fitbit had a big pop yesterday by 7%. Apple shares are up in pre-market trade this morning. Apple coming out with a new download for the Apple Watch today regarding fitness tracking and mobility to start the new year, because everybody, Tammy, of course, has those New Year's resolutions to get physically active, which last for about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Do you have one? Do you have one, by the way?
No, I don't. I don't really get into that. Look at me.
You're
already
fit as a fiddle. That's why.
Right.
You don't need one. All right. Thanks very much, Mike.
Thanks, Tammy.